she said, don't rescue a dog. You already have a dog. And I was like, I have 5 dogs and a foster. And then I started to not like her. We won't mention her name,
Okay.
though.
Well,
I mean, but what do you think? Seriously, like, think about that.
talking
Like,
someone out of rescuing a dog?
yeah, that has one
Monster.
dog only.
Monster.
Yeah, and I'm sweating and like aging at an outdoor rescue site, looking like shit, smelling like shit because I've been walking dogs, picking up shit all morning, trying to rescue these dogs out. And you're gonna tell someone you already have a dog.
How many
Don't
dogs
get
do you
another
have?
dog. Me, 5.
You have 5 dogs.
Well, no. I have 4 now. That's a lie. I keep forgetting. I lost so many of my dogs.
Oh
And
my God. This is a great way to start.
I know.
You lost some dogs. I want to cover the Holocaust. We're going to have a great time. This is going to be like,
And
have we started?
Yeah.
She's married and a little bit crazy.
It's a good thing we're real friends.
Always start with dead dogs.
Yeah.
No, what a horrible start. What are we doing?
Well, it's just, anyway, I just wanted to tell you the story because it is, everybody knows that I have dogs and I'm a dog mom.
Yeah, well, I'm a dog dad.
Yeah, you're a dog
I have
dad.
one, but I just love him so much.
Well, I might drop a few off to you because I'm hanging out with one of my friends that works in rescue again.
I can't. My dog is like, he has a couple that he loves, and every other dog is like, go to hell. Go to hell.
Yeah.
Like, he's so adorable, though.
Well, all of my dogs, some of them are from the streets, so they're like scrappy fighters. One of them is just like a...
No, I don't want a scrappy fighter in my house. Look,
Well,
that's not
It's
what
not
I
like
need.
he's trying to fight. He's just not going to put up with shit. He's that type of dog.
All right, I don't need a dog that's going to intimidate me.
Okay. So Jon Schnitzer is on the podcast today. And let's do a proper intro for you.
All right.
Okay.
Let's do it.
You directed a documentary. It's your documentary, Haunters.
Yep.
The Art of Scare, which I am a very scared person. So I need a lot of support. I watched the trailer of your documentary and it scared the living shit out of me, but it's an incredible job.
Thank you. I'm sorry that the trailer did that too.
Well, you know what? Because I will tell you the craziest story, just in general, haunted houses, I can't go through. Okay. And I liked this boy when I was younger and I was really trying to be cool. And I grew up so poor. And I did not have a lot of clothes. So I had this nice pair of pants that my mom got and me and my sister shared them. And I was trying to be so cool because I really liked this guy. And I went through a haunted house and they started chasing us with the fake chainsaw blowers. I ran so fast. I tripped, fell, ripped those nice pants. I was so upset. And I was like, I'm not doing that again. And I have gone through a few of them, but I go through really bad shutdown paranoid attacks where I feel like I need to be carried out. So it's hard for me. I can't even watch scary movies.
Oh, see, I love watching a scary movie or going to a haunted house with someone just like you. It's my favorite thing that someone's going to grab me. It's like, it was already fun and scary, and now it's like, in 4D, someone's grabbing you and screaming in your ear. It's like, oh my God, I used to go all the time with my friend Fiona, and then she became famous and got on the TV show The Good Doctor.
Oh, nice.
And, well, yeah,
Good for
nice
her.
for her, but I lost my horror buddy. It was the greatest. No horror film has ever been as scary than when she was grabbing my arm and screaming in my ear. It was like oh my God. It made I saw The Evil Dead with her, the 2013 one, and she made that movie so much scarier.
Oh my God.
So I had to overcompensate. And for the new Evil Dead, I took shrooms because I thought, well, maybe this will help and make it really scary. And I went with a friend of mine and we both did them. And at one point in the movie, it hit us and the movie's so loud and so intense.
Oh
And we
my
both
God.
looked at each other like, maybe this was a bad idea.
Oh, did you have a freak out?
But it was what a great place to have a freak out. Look, what I love about horror, I think it was Wes Craven, the director of Nightmare on Elm Street and just so many and Scream. Wes Craven says horror doesn't create fear, it releases it. And I agree with him.
Oh, really?
The thing about horror is look, you get to scream and laugh as an adult. You can't do this. You can't.
Yeah.
Babies at restaurants. I always, whenever I see like a child at a restaurant, real pain in the ass kid rolling on his back and forth, screaming, "I want to go home! I want to go home!" I'm always looking at that kid like,
Yeah.
oh, I wish I could do that right now. That'd be like so relaxing. Like, what if you just had a bad day? Just like, I'm having a bad. If you scream, "I'm having a bad day," you're gonna get arrested. You'll probably get killed on the way to getting arrested. But like with horror, everyone's like, no. This is where you get to scream and freak out and cry and laugh and act like a kid again. Not only is no one going to judge you, they're going to love you. It's the greatest thing ever.
Wow. Okay.
This is where grown men in America get to cry. The ones who like really care. The alpha males, which are really what? The beta males.
Yeah.
You could freak out and scream and have a great time. There's nothing like it.
Yeah, but I start crying and then I can't sleep. And then I already...
Well, that's not good.
I grew up sleeping with the covers over my head because when I was younger, I thought people were going to come to the window and try to come get me. Even still today. And then when I lived in Miami, I found out that I had a stalker. Yeah, it was so creepy. The guy upstairs was complaining, does she have an ex-boyfriend? He's waking me up all night dragging bricks. And I was like, oh my God, somebody's watching. Like, it was really, I was so freaked out. And I'm already such a paranoid, but I think my mom made me a really scared, paranoid person because I have been watching, I watch to see if I'm followed all the time. I have tasers out and ready to attack. Like, I'm a lunatic. I'm scared. That's why I cannot.
I would be so afraid to own a taser because I'd be afraid that I'd be like shocking myself.
I did.
You shocked yourself?
I shocked my pinky years ago and I felt it in my brain. It was like chills in your brain. You could feel it everywhere.
How did you do it? Like you're grabbing in the purse or?
Well, I lived in, when I lived in Miami, I lived in this area called Little Havana and it used to be really dangerous. And I lived with my boyfriend who was like a freaking crazy. Anyway.
Why does it sound so racist? You go, I lived in Little Havana. It was very dangerous.
It was really, I had so much stuff happen to me in Little Havana. Listen, I lived in Compton when I first moved here for a very long time. How
did that happen?
Well, because when I moved here, I'm from New Orleans, and when I moved here, I didn't know anything about, I had 300 and I think I had, that's a lie. I had like $450 cash when I moved here and a credit card. And I put everything on my credit card and I had to find a room to rent for $300-ish. So I rented a room with roommates in Compton. But I was never.
You never heard of Compton before?
No, but my mom did because just didn't think
NWA.
about it. Yeah. And my mom's like, oh shit, girl, you might meet Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre. I was like, here it goes. I was like, oh, because the caller ID at my house said. I just didn't. To me, Compton looked like New Orleans. It was like my neighborhood.
That's funny.
Yeah. So it was like, I was never like, I was never scared. It wasn't like, I just didn't feel like. But
straight out of Compton. It's such a strong brand.
Yeah.
Boys in the Hood. Yeah. Where do you live? I live in Compton. Compton's like really like, it's Compton.
Compton's like nice now. I used to shop at the Compton swap meet. That's where I got my pager. That's how old I am. I had a clear beeper.
That's funny.
Yeah, clear red.
I was in Compton, and there was a guy's. There was a Nation of Islam guy selling bean pies.
Oh.
Okay, let me tell you.
Were they good?
I wanted to know. I was like, beans? I like beans. I like pies. I'd like to try a bean pie. And I said to him, can I get a bean pie? Wouldn't even look at me. And then someone said, he's not going to sell to you because you're white. And I was like, what do you mean? Like, this is just, it's to raise money for Black people and it's for the Nation of Islam. And I was like, these bean pies are so good. You can choose who your customer base is. You could be like, no, it's like Girl Scouts going, no. We're just,
that's hilarious.
I was like, what a funny, and I was just like, what if I give you the money? And then he was just like looking, he was like, all right, now he's like, no. I'm not going to sell to you now. And she's like, you're not missing anything. These things, they're not that good. I'm like, what do you mean that? Bean pies. It's like my mouth was watering. I'm like, this sounds so good.
I cannot.
I still haven't got my answer. But you know what? Honestly, there's some things I shouldn't be able to have. I'm fine. Yeah.
So you couldn't get a bean pie.
So exactly.
Okay. So then would you go
Oh,
get
my
after?
life. I wasn't able to get a bean pie. You know what? Maybe I shouldn't get a bean
But
pie.
I wanted a bean pie.
Sounds fucking good. I was just like trying to picture. I'm picturing the pie part and the bean part, and I'm thinking like, remember when I used to be a kid and I had the apple pies that you get from like 7-Eleven and
Yes.
and it was just the shitty, not
Yes.
even real food. It was like
Oh, I thought they were delicious.
of
the one
course.
with the icing on them, like the clear
yeah.
icing. Oh my god.
Garbage, like delicious garbage.
Yeah, yeah.
Like now it would give me a heart attack, but then it was like the greatest thing ever.
They still sell those. You know, I buy
not
them for
getting
my
it.
mom. She eats like that.
Well, look, now I'm vegan, so I can't even touch that shit.
I'm vegan too. I think I knew you were vegan. Yeah.
Oh, I haven't been vegan that long, just long enough to be an asshole about it.
Oh,
Long enough to
yeah.
be like, I'm sorry. I'm vegan, so
We're the most unpopular people in the room. All
right.
because we want to save animals.
that's it.
I know.
That's it. Literally, we're not harming anyone.
No.
That's the thing. We're not hurting anybody.
Oh, and they're assholes. Oh, that vegan girl.
Do you ever kill a spider or in your
I
apartment?
don't like to kill spiders. I'm sorry because I think spiders are good luck. I'm terrified. I used to be. I'm not as scared. My husband is a bug freak.
What
so
do you mean,
he-
like big bug freak? Like he likes them, or
He
like,
loves, like he picks up spiders and lets them crawl up his arm and takes them outside and they build webs and he like, you know, he's like a really big insect guy. Like he loves lizards, spiders, all kind of things. He'll pick up bugs like
so?
moths.
What? He's like 9 years old.
Yeah.
He sounds like a child.
Yeah.
He likes lizards
Well, he
and
has
spiders.
a penis, so yes, he's 9. Has anyone?
I was like, wait a minute. He likes all the things I liked when I was 9.
Right.
This is a 9-year-old you're talking about. This is not illegal. All right. I didn't know where I was.
Yeah, my husband is a little baby.
Hanson walks in the room. He's like, this is not a podcast. This is.
But yeah, no. So I'm like a huge, and I think spiders are good luck anyway. I had in my last house, I had I'd see Phineas. They're called Phineas or something, jumping spiders. They have heads that like move like this with like big bulging out eyes, and they're fuzzy, like they have hair. They're the most gorgeous spiders I've ever seen, and I would kill Steve. I just like get bugs for this spider. Like we got to let bugs come in tonight because I want them to breed in here. I want to see a lot. They were so adorable.
Oh my God.
And you're scared of spiders?
Well, spiders they love to bite me.
oh,
My
dude.
blood is delicious. I get covered in bug bites.
I did this spider class with my husband because he wanted us to pet and play with
a spider
tarantulas and learn about it.
I held a tarantula at science
Yeah.
camp when I was a kid. Oh my God, that was
Well,
crazy.
Spiders, it's usually not spiders that are biting you. It's usually the other bugs that spiders are eating. So spiders are saving you from bites. I learned it
right.
in that class. So I wonder if you're killing the spider and you're still getting a bite on your butt. I
Could be
mean,
right. You could be right.
okay, I haven't finished introducing you yet.
All right.
Jon, you are also prom king.
Oh, this is the intro. Oh, so
Well-
everyone, go ahead and hate me immediately.
This is
Yeah.
a big deal. You were a prom king. It's a
I
huge
was
deal.
I was a ridiculous. Look, I was severely bullied as a kid. I was like 90 pounds. When I was in freshman year of high school, I was so tiny, and but I always had facial hair. Like I started shaving in elementary school. I'm ridiculous. And my freshman year of high school, I had a really incredible mustache, but I was so tiny. So I'd wear one of my dad's polo shirts and I'd go to the liquor store and I'd just be like, I would pretend I was a little person. So because I wanted it, I bought liquor for everybody.
They did
I
not.
said, sir, they're Johnny Walker. And they wouldn't even look at me, not even give me eye contact. They would just go, here's the money, here's your change. I was
Because of the facial hair?
I was so popular in freshman year of high school. People would give me the money. I didn't even drink. I was just like keeping the change. I had my own little, and I was like, hey, I'll buy the booze. I was a kid that looked like a bizarre.
I'm sorry. I cannot believe you were able to buy liquor because of the facial hair.
Oh my God. Are you kidding?
You want to know what my facial hair has gotten me? Nothing. Nothing.
You
A bill.
would look
a
really
bill.
hot in a beard.
Well, it's gotten me a bill because I have to wax it. Because
Really?
nobody wants to give me shit when I
Oh my God! If you did stand up comedy with a mustache,
right? Could you
You'd
imagine?
murder.
People are like, "Oh, but you're a blonde." I'm like, "Yeah, no. I dye my hair blonde, but just as thick as the hair is here, it's thick like that everywhere."
oh my God!
I know. I have real hair. I almost wish I didn't because the extensions and lose the hair.
Oh my God! Extensions and everything.
So what? Like, it's just pretty cool that you're a prom king. Like, I feel like
To you it was
because
pretty
you
cool.
were you know, I mean, you were a liked person. Like, high school was interesting because I look back, I was just friends with everyone, so I feel like I was sort of a loser in the way because I just didn't act like a cool, like I don't have a cool girl personality. Do you know what I mean? I wasn't like, oh, what? I was like, hi, you want to be friends? Like with everyone.
That's funny.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I ran for pep commissioner in high school, and it was like a thing that was told to me. They were just like, all the cheerleaders were like, "Look, we don't want you to do this. We want Heather to be the pep commissioner." And like, Heather had been a mascot for years. It's her time to get out of the head, get out of the bull costume. I went to El Toro High School. Go Bulls. And she's like, she has been a mascot for years. It is her time to shine. Who are you to show up? And I'm like, look, all she has to do is run against me and beat me. That's all she has to do. She afraid of some competition? And then she was. And let's what? She was afraid of competition. Okay, so she didn't run against me.
Okay.
So I ran by myself. And then they told me I wouldn't have to give a speech or anything because obviously there's no one running against me. Then at the assembly, the guy in charge comes up to me and says, okay, so you actually have to give a speech and you have to get at least one other person voting for you or you're not going to get to be pet commissioner. And I was like, what if no one votes for me at all? And I was like, this is really, and I was like, oh, by the way, I'm the only Jewish person running. This is anti-Semitic. I don't like this rule. This is really, and I took the microphone. I said, here's the deal. Here's the deal. If I don't have one other person vote for me, I don't get the job, and there's no pep commissioner. So let me tell you what'll happen if that happens. I'm going to kill myself.
Oh.
And you'll be responsible.
No, you did not. You were crazy in high school.
Oh, please. I
But
used to ditch school, stay in school, and go to other people's classes.
Stop.
I went bowling with the principal once. I said, hey, how about we cut school, go bowling? And like, doesn't that sound fun? And he was like, and we did. We went bowling. I don't know what my deal was that I was able to do.
You were cool. You're like,
that was crazy.
You are
I was not cool.
You are a natural character. No, you are cool. That's the thing. Like when I first met you,
I hopefully have become cool. Younger, I was out of control. I was too
just
crazy.
describe to everyone what a pep commissioner does, because I don't know that people really know
the
that.
cheers. You lead the cheers at the football games. Now here's the thing, I hate sports. I just thought it'd be funny to lead the cheers, and I didn't realize it was gonna be on Friday nights. Really fucks me up because as a kid that was never invited to parties, Friday nights that was the X-Files. That was my shows. This is like I stayed at home and watched TV. So I was like, wait a minute, I have to miss all this shit. And so I would go to the football games, and okay, we didn't have the best football team. You know it. You know it's true. We didn't have the best football. I'm talking to the guys on the team. You know who you are. Not the best team. It's not the best team. Okay, we know what happened. We know what I don't know a lot about sports. I just know winning and losing is a different thing. Anyways, when this is probably going to be a thing in stand-up eventually, but the thing is this: I learned all the cheers we're supposed to do, but then they told us if a player on the other team gets hurt, we're all supposed to take a knee. Okay. So when a player on the other team would get hurt, that's when I would lead cheers. I'm like, here we go. It looks like that was one of their star players on the other team. We've got a shot at winning. I see the stretchers coming out. This guy may never walk again, which means this season we could win. We could, like when two guys of our team would tackle one of their guys, I would go, can anybody say manwich? And they go, manwich. And the whole crowd loved it. Like, especially
Shut
parents.
up.
Parents of other kids were just like, kill him, kill him. You know, this is sports. This is like, you know. And then the parents of the other kids that would get hurt would yell at me, and I'd keep the mic on. They're like, that's my son that got hurt over there. I'm like, well, I'd feel horrible too if I had pressured my own son to get to join us a game in which he could have a concussion. I would feel bad. And I actually got tackled by a parent.
Shut up.
No.
You did?
I
You
did.
really did?
I was running away as fast as I could.
Stop
but
it. Did the parent get in trouble?
No, because I really...
Push it.
I kept thinking, am I going to press charges against an adult? And it's like, what would court look like? Well, I was leading a cheer because his son got injured. It's not going to be good. Look, the way I think of myself younger, I was a baby snake. And you know a baby snake?
Yeah, like the venom is
There
strong
it
or
is.
whatever.
Well, it's not that the venom's strong.
Uh-huh.
Baby snakes, an adult snake knows how to dole out the venom. An adult snake goes the right amount of poison with each bite. A baby snake doesn't understand how powerful their poison is.
Yeah.
And one bite will unleash all its poison. Most people die from the bite of a baby snake.
Yeah.
And I was a little toxic baby snake. I was just like,
shit.
I was like, everything, my role models, everything I was into, toxic. It was horrible. Like, I'm just glad. I'm glad I changed. I'm glad I learned a few things. I'm glad I was just like, oh my God. Like someone says, you know what you wrote in my yearbook? I've had to like talk to people. Like, my kids saw what you wrote in the yearbook. You have to tell them it's a lie. And I was like, hey, read it out loud. That it's yearbook season, so it happened recently. They're thinking, I want to show my kid the yearbook. Then they read it out loud. It's like, oh my God, I have to call this. And of course, they called my parents because their number hasn't changed.
Yeah.
My parents then connect them with me, and then it's like I haven't talked to this guy since the 90s, and it's like, oh, you know, do you remember me? I'm like, oh my God, we went to high school. How are you doing? Well, not good. You wrote something in my yearbook. I'm like, yeah, I wrote really horrific things in people's year. I thought it was funny.
Yeah, you were like, you're a prankster, right? Do you prank your wife?
No.
No? Oh my God.
Just trying to keep it going.
Really?
I'm trying to keep, look, you know what? You know, marriage after a certain number of years, you know those plate spinners on TV shows, and they keep adding another plate? I'm just keeping it going. I'm keeping it going. We're having a good time. I don't tell jokes about my wife for a reason. It's like,
Yeah.
I see other people. I see you tell jokes, and I'm like,
Well, no, just that I'm keeping my husband. I just like the fact that, like, I'm like, ooh, I own you. You know what I mean? It's so cool. It's like, ooh, you can't do shit.
Can you imagine?
And if you do, you have to pay.
Can you imagine, like, I'm like, I own my wife. Like, ugh. I won't even complete it. Don't want that as a clip. Horrible.
Oh,
Horrible.
really? Oh, no, I don't
can't
care.
do it. You can do it.
I love when a guy's like, bitch, you're with me. I'm like, yeah, bitch, don't turn your head around because I'm coming after you. Like, yeah,
Oh
no, I
my
don't
God,
care.
you're hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, look, relationships are a total trip.
They're
Look,
crazy.
Whenever someone goes, what's the secret to a marriage? I'm like, if I tell you anything right now, I'll get divorced tomorrow because that's how it works. Like, anyone who's like, I'm a relationship expert, they're a train wreck.
Yeah.
I've never met like a life coach that was like, they have such a great life. It's always like, no. Anyone
Yeah.
who gives advice on
It's true.
relationships we're just one Google away from
I know.
no,
I have
just
friends
luck.
all the time that are like giving advice, and I'm like,
No.
I have no advice. I
That's how
mean,
it works.
threaten them. That's about it. That's all I
Monogamy through threats. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
we heard her here first. All right.
You know, it's interesting. My husband is so active that he like does all this like mountain biking shit and like climbing mountains. And he's always on this like one of these like, you know, people that does like these extreme things. So his mind is always on that next thing. He's not that type. Like my dad was a fuckboy. And I have a bit about it because it's like I grew up watching that, so I would never marry anyone like that. Like I'm very opposite. And you know what's fun about marriage is like when I ask you if you prank, my husband and I prank each other all the time, and then my sisters get in on the pranks with him and they prank me. And it's like stupid stuff.
That's funny.
But it's fun and it's funny. And we keep it really fun in the house. And we have all the dogs. And I make voices for the dogs. And I talk to my husband like the dogs. Because, he's always like, can Betsy shut up? Bets, can I watch this TV show? And I'm like, but Dakota has to tell you something. And
Look, I had to during the quarantine, I put on shows for her. I did a whole show. I was like, it's time for an evening with dead Sean Connery. And I would put on a wig and have blood on the head. I'd be drinking a bottle of booze, and I was like, I can't even say what I said. It was so horrible. It was like, I know my audience. It was hilarious.
Yeah.
But it was it was just so much fun. And no, look, I was a bit of a prankster growing up, a lot of a prankster. And the things I found funny, other people did not find funny. I found it funny. For Mother's Day, I gave my mom a card. You've been like a mother to me. This did not go over well. I thought it was the funniest thing ever. She's my actual mom. I give her a card. And I bought the card. It's a really nice, this is a real "you've been like a mother to me" card. And I gave her this amazing gift. But it didn't matter at that point because the card was enough. And you think then next year I would have learned something. But I gave her for her birthday once this is horrible. I gave her a death in the family card, but I crossed out the death in the family and said, it's crossed out. It would just write, wonderful things. It's been a wonderful time. And I crossed out the tombstone and drew more flowers.
That's hilarious.
I did all kinds of things. I was getting this was the worst. I was a monster. Mom, I'm sorry. I'm going to say right now, I'm sorry. I hope this finds you in Leisure World well. By the way, if you live in a place called Leisure World, you probably shouldn't be allowed to vote anymore. You already live in an insular world that you're not affected by anything else. Anyways.
Yeah.
But I hope keep your voting rights. I'm just saying.
You shouldn't have them.
Maybe
but
you
keep
shouldn't
them.
have them. Enjoy your Leisure World. No one else goes like this. How you doing today? Leisurely?
Yeah.
No, you have to go into a world where it's this is where it's going to be. Anyways.
Oh my God, I'm dying. That's so funny. So you actually, you are a lot like me. You're a housewife.
Yes.
Yeah, you do the
We're the
grocery
same.
shopping.
Yes.
Okay, so you cook too.
Yeah. I cook what my wife taught me to cook. She taught me how to cook stuff. I'm not I was born to cook with ketchup. And Mom,
But at least
she made ketchup chicken. Used to baste the chicken in ketchup, roll it in breadcrumbs, serve it with ketchup. My grandfather made donuts. Where it's why does everyone in the family have diabetes? No idea. We have no idea. Look, it's not offensive because it was my mom. That wasn't her ketchup chicken recipe. That was someone else's ketchup chicken. Anyways,
that's how your mom cooked. She dipped the chicken.
She made some good stuff too.
Oh, okay.
She made some good stuff. Let me tell you.
Well, she might, yeah.
The sugar was out of control. My
Yeah.
dad used to wake me up at midnight and be like, "Let's go to the liquor store and go play Tetris."
Yeah.
Before you could play it at home, we would go and play Tetris, or we'd watch a movie at midnight, and when it was over, we'd have grape nuts and bagels at the worst
Yum.
healthy habits. Just the worst.
Sounds
I go to
delicious.
school all exhausted. My dad would just drink. He'd have 8 Diet Cokes in the morning. He poured in this giant guzzling thing. So.
Well, I mean, I grew up on Doritos and Burger King. I'm fine.
You pull it off a lot better than I do. Let me tell you.
I mean, I don't.
I look
eat
like
healthy.
I was raised in fast food. I look like.
Well, because New Orleans, everything's fried. And Mom's like, you're eating fried food again? So I love having a break from him and being alone so I can eat all the French fries I want because he's so judgmental. He's from California. They don't eat like that.
Oh, look, my wife can eat anything. It's incredible. If
Yeah.
I look at what she's eating, I gain weight. But it's fine. It's fine.
Is that true? It's usually opposite. Women are the ones that gain weight.
I'm the chick. I am the chick.
That is crazy. So you gain weight easy?
Oh my God, it's
Oh,
ridiculous.
Man.
I can lose it. Like during the pandemic, I lost 50 pounds. I gained plenty back. Don't worry. I gained plenty back.
Oh my God.
Not the whole thing.
Well, how do you think you lost it? Were you dieting
I
or
went.
just eating at home?
Look. I'll tell you why I lost the weight because. Okay,
Uh-huh.
in the pandemic threw my back out, getting up off of a lazy boy couch to go get Doritos. You do not get a lot of sympathy. There's no like empathy card. There's sympathy card. It's just like, I heard you threw your back out. A lazy boy injury. Like this was like, I really was like, okay, no. I'm in trouble.
Yeah.
You get.
But when you threw it, did you get an MRI? Did you like
No.
tear a disc?
No,
or,
it was
no.
clear. It sounded like a firework went off.
Ooh.
My lower
Ooh.
back was like this. I was like, okay.
Could
had
you
to-
walk or put your feet down? Barely.
I had to get to the floor and start doing lower back exercises immediately. And I was like, all right, I need to lose some weight.
Oh my God.
And then I was like, let me try, you know what? Now's the time to try going vegan. No one's tempting me with sushi. And I saw these cute animal videos.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
So, anyways,
That's great.
well, whatever. If you're eating chicken right now. If you're eating a pulled pork sandwich,
Oh, I can't. I love pigs. I don't know why.
have you been to the Gentle Barn?
Oh, yeah. I love it there.
Did you read the pigs?
No, but you know what's crazy?
So
We did a tour with a bunch of friends, and I did not realize this is one thing I did not know about animals. And I learned things about animals, and I'm always like, whoa, chickens are very social and they want to be held like baby. They're like chihuahuas. Like you need to like cradle these chickens and hold them.
Oh, yeah.
They're like, will you please pick the chicken up? She's begging to get picked up. I'm like, I don't know how to pick a chicken up. She showed me.
Oh, look, what about I learned at the Gentle Barn about an alpha cow. I didn't know about there's a cow in charge of the other cows, and they're also in charge of you. We were all petting this one cow and brushing this one cow, and the alpha cow comes by, literally mooing us away. Moo, moo.
Wow.
Getting us all to leave and move that cow, and then brought this other cow that's blind
Oh.
and brought it to the center, and then was like, pet this one, and was mooing at us, and then like took the bucket of brushes and kind of nudged it, like, go ahead. So we all start brushing that cow. Okay, and then she moved along. I was like,
It's crazy
I
because they're
know.
so smart.
they love
you
to
know?
be hugged and they love to
I
cuddle. Did you cuddle a cow?
know. Oh my God, are you kidding? I kissed the cows. I don't give a shit. I'm like an animal. I'm still like a 3-year-old when it comes to animals. Like I just want to be on them.
Oh my God.
Because I think when I was younger, we found this cat and we took it in. I would always take these wounded animals in because they were like me. Like I was the dumb girl. Like I failed at everything.
You failed at everything. Shut up.
School. Like I was so bad at everything. So me and animals were like, we were the outcasts and we all hung out.
That's funny.
That's why I love them. Can we talk about your purse?
Sure.
Do you have a thing for unicorns?
Well, look.
I forgot about your purse. I just
Look
looked
at
down
this.
and saw it.
I mean, I do love that it's like, it looks like a depressed unicorn.
No, but it's so cute. But do you have like a thing? Because I am a unicorn freak.
I never really thought about unicorns that much. I just like this. So my sister-in-law was like, I found this great bag, and I saw it. I was like, ooh, I want that bag. And here's the thing: when you do stand-up, I didn't think about like what's in my pockets. And there's videos of me where like my keys and my phone and my wallet and my pockets are like exploding. It's like really, I'm like, oh no, I don't want things in my pockets when I'm doing
Yeah.
stand-up. And then I was like, oh. And then I can put anything I want in here, hand sanitizer, whatever the fuck I want. I love it.
Yeah.
So then I'm like, what's funny though is I have this with me all the time now. My
love it.
mother is very concerned by this purse. She doesn't like this bag. Like my wife is like, that's not a purse, it's a backpack because there's 2 straps. I'm like, this is clearly a purse. And I love it. And love painting my nails,
Yeah.
it's fantastic. I
But
love it.
rock stars painted their nails like that.
Sure, I don't play any
Like-
musical instrument, but like, let's be honest. There's a very strong division between me and a rock star. I like painting my nails, and I have a purse. But it's funny that I had to get my car fixed in a particular neighborhood,
Yeah.
and I was walking around with this, and of course, I don't want to wear this on my back. I want to wear this on my front. So I'm walking around with this in my front, and some guy goes, "Hey, what's with the bag?" Here, hold my drink.
What?
Guy goes, hey, face tattoos and all. Hey, what's with the bag? And I went like this. I had this in front of me, and I went, want to find out?
No, you
Do you want to find out? And I was like, hey. I was like, hey, buddy, I have a question for you. You want to mess with me? Do you want to mess with me? And he's like,
No, you did not.
walk the other way, refused to look at me. And I was like, now we know. Now we know. There's nothing, by the way, nothing more gangster than telling somebody, watch my purse, and then going up on stage. When I was at the Comedy Store, I put this down. I said, watch my purse. And they're like, and everyone thought, we thought we were going to bring the purse on stage. I'm like, no, I'm not doing that.
I'm not bringing my purse on stage.
No.
Yeah, let's turn that into a cross-body bag, and maybe you can bring it on stage.
I'm not doing it.
I can't believe it. Like, somebody with face tattoos, I would have been like, oh, what's up with my purse? My purse is trying to see what your face tattoo says.
Look, I never make fun of someone with face tattoos.
You shouldn't.
I would. Look, let me tell you, to everyone with face tattoos, I admire your commitment.
Yeah.
And thank you for always complimenting my beard. Everyone that has face, yes.
Well, wait till you meet. You know, Post Malone is like the nicest person. I went to his concert, and we were like, well, we'll just wait for the rush to sort of get out. We sat and just watched. He turned the lights up after he was done and started signing his autograph for everyone, and like bending down for pictures for all the people on the floor. I am not kidding you. For so long, it was crazy, and I thought, God, he is really cool, and he's always tired, but he stayed up
That's so nice.
really late to do that. Yeah, no, I love.
It's like Post Malone. Like, I look too suspicious to be a suspicious person. I look so
Yeah.
suspicious that I'm like if I was a problem, I wouldn't look like this. I would this is like, it's one of those things where it's like,
If you had a face tattoo, I think people would run from you
Let me
on the
tell you-
street. Like,
okay.
I don't know why, but
I could never get a face tattoo. I could never get a tattoo. I remember my
I don't even have a
friends in
tattoo
school
either.
were like, hey, let's all get tattoos. And I just couldn't make up my mind. All I kept thinking is, like, the second I get one, I'm going to hate it.
Yeah, I love tattoos. You know, Kat Von D. I love that look. She looks like a 1920s pinup, and she's like I just like it.
Yeah.
She's cool too. She's vegan, but I like her like short bang look. You know, the bang thing she does.
Not a lot of people going to do the short bangs.
Not a lot of people can do it, and she is hot. Like,
It's
to
a
me,
big look, and it's a big look to keep up.
yes,
It's a big look,
But-
but that's her whole thing.
I have a problem with commitment to anything because I'm so ADHD. It's shocking that I've been married as long as I have. But I'm always inspired in my own marriage. But I'm telling you, it's hard for me. Like, even doing jokes and stuff in comedy, I'll be like, ugh, I'm so bored of that. And that's why I have a lot of stand up, and I'm always writing new stuff because
Yeah.
I get so bored.
Yeah.
I'm like, "Meh," but that's part of the craft, is like,
It's
doing.
fun.
Well, it's
It's like a Rubik's Cube puzzle, because you're like, and once you solve
Yeah.
it and it works over and over and over again, you're like, okay, get to the next thing and let's try that.
Yeah.
And see what we can do.
It's nice to always try new bits because it gets
fun.
so boring to do, the same thing over. So you're a wedding planner?
Stop it.
Well,
No,
or I mean, I don't know.
Look, when we were getting married, it really was like, my wife was like, let's elope. And I said, I have a Jewish mother. She'll kill us both. We're not eloping. I'm planning it. I will plan this wedding. And it was such a fun. Everyone that was there still talks about it. It was so much fun. It was like, really, I kind of came up with I didn't want to do like a religious ceremony. I don't want to do it.
Yeah, no, I get it.
We have friends. We have
Yeah.
friends, and they have a religious ceremony. It's like, I know this person. I know this
You little
person,
devil.
and this doesn't represent anything.
Yeah.
It's like so weird. It's like, I'm like, this, I've heard you say Jesus Christ, not like this. So it's weird. When I did my wedding, it really was like, okay, let's do it where. So I had my friend marry us. I had him get like a thing so he could marry us. He was my first roommate in LA. He's a professional contest winner.
No,
He
like
ma-
what kind of contest?
Anything that takes a jingle, like a funny song, he would win. And in 1 year, he did so well that he was on the Tonight Show with Jay Leno because he had won like all the content. He won the Klondike Bar one. He won
Oh
so
my
he traveled the world
gosh.
with this.
Doing contests?
Oh my god, he's
oh
the
my,
funniest.
Okay,
He's so
wow.
great, so talented. It was so I was like, he's lucky. I want him to marry us. Get some luck. And I wore a tuxedo t-shirt, jeans, and flip-flops. She got a dress for $40. It really was like, we're wearing this once. Meanwhile, I wore that tuxedo t-shirt a lot. I got a lot of use out of that. And then we did a thing where it was like, instead of a normal ceremony, let's have him MC it. Let's bring up her friend from elementary school, my friend from elementary school, her mom, my mom. We went back and forth. It quickly became a roast. And they just started saying shit that we should not be shared. And like, let me tell you about John. I'm like, and we went back. It was the funniest thing ever. And the whole ceremony was 45 minutes. And we had to open, like, we said, do not bring us any presents. Bring your own booze if you want to.
Yeah.
Everyone's drinking. 45 minutes of getting completely hammered. And then, okay. So years ago, my wife and I produced early on, we would do once every year, try something we've never done before. So we can fail together at something.
Yeah.
Like that to me feels good in a relationship. Because if one of you is really good at something, you're like, I want to show you how to salsa dance. The other one sucks at salsa dancing. It's not going to be a good experience. It's not going to be good. But if you both are like, I've never produced a heavy metal CD, want to do that together. So we produced this thing called The Maccabees Volume Aleph Hebrew Heavy Metal.
No, that's
Okay.
cool.
Metal Invader magazine gave it a wonderful review. Let me tell you, we go outside. We got married in my brother's backyard. Thanks, Jeff. It's a wonderful backyard. we went to the front. He really was. This huge space. It's nice to have a successful older brother get to use that space. And then we go to the front, and I told everyone, come to the front, and I use the garage clicker. It goes up, and this is the Maccabees, and they're doing Hava Nagila in heavy metal, and we did a hora where you dance in a circle and go up in the chair in the street, and it was the most. We gave everybody.
That sounds fun.
Everyone we had disposable cameras. Everyone took pictures. It was the most fun thing ever.
Oh
it
my
was so great. There were
God.
some kids that were there that were like 4, and now they're like grown up and still talking about it.
Oh wow!
It was
so
so much- oh
fun.
my God, it
See,
was
when
so
it's
much
laid back like that, it's fun. It's like trying to walk down the aisle with the white dress, and it's so fancy, and this and that, and
Everything has to be perfect,
Yeah.
or everything will be ruined.
Yeah,
It's like no one needs
yeah.
that kind of pressure.
No, my wedding was like a scene from the trashiest white trash movie you've ever seen in your life. It was so white trash.
A lot of haps.
Well, we got married in Hawaii. So we rented 2 houses, and instead of spending money like on, a church and this and that, we just said, come stay at the houses. We'll have a little ceremony at this church from the 18th century. I rented a bunch of those like 5-seater vans that look like, like a product. And I was like, get in the van, we're late. I had a dress from Macy's for $120 I did my own makeup. We made flowers, and I went to Costco and got everyone Lay's. Like, it was so,
That's great.
but it was like, it was expensive because the houses were expensive and they were, in a nice area. But it was like, we went to this bar after and just cut up and got crazy
That's
and
fun.
drinking. But it just wasn't, I just don't see myself as that like bride that takes herself serious. You know what I mean? I'm just not that girl.
No, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's
like,
awesome, 'cause
If you're
I-
like
I was a-
$5,000 on a wedding dress, I'd be like, I'll buy a car.
No one needs this. Like my wedding ring is it's hammered metal.
Oh, I love hammered metal. I love that.
I love it. It's just it's cute. But I was a wedding videographer when I was in school, and I filmed a lot of weddings. And I saw a lot of like where you could tell this is not going to last long. You're filming. It's like just the intensity of just people. This isn't what we wanted. This isn't perfect. What's going on here? Like, Jesus Christ, this is your wedding. Chill the fuck out.
Wow.
I know. Or like seeing a lot of like speeches that were wildly inappropriate. I mean, I really did enjoy some of these weddings. They were a lot of fun.
I
But
love the speeches. I love them. My friend was like, no speeches, no speeches. I'm like, you Beach, I want to see something.
Gotta say something.
No, she did not. She's just not into that. Like, because she doesn't want to be, teased on her most important day or
forget
whatever,
it.
For me, everybody gave speeches. People gave 4 speeches. The speeches didn't stop. We were at this restaurant before we went to the bar. We had dinner coming out, like all these tapas and stuff. And everybody just kept getting up and talking. It was insane. And then, they were telling stories about us when we were little. Like, my stepdad was drunk as usual. He's an alcoholic, but a fun one. And he did not stop talking the whole, they just kept going, okay, one more speech. And I'm like, is anybody going to shut the hell up? So before we wrap up, let's see if you can. I have one question for you.
Oh my God,
and
yeah.
I want to see if you can guess the answer.
It's not going to happen. Go ahead.
Okay. All right. Let's see. You might. I think you will.
All right, let me do the stroke, and I think I'll go ahead. I'm acting smart.
What has wings and doesn't fly?
A maxi pad?
Oh my God, you got it. See, you are married. I asked my husband, I go, what has wings and doesn't fly? He goes, a maxi pad. Like that. I was like, oh, you're married. Damn it, married guys know.
That's it?
There you
That's
go.
it. Wow.
Boom.
Wow, I feel so...
That was a good one, right?
I feel smart and creative.
Woohoo! I have a present for you, a maxi pad for winning.
I don't want to go into toxic shock over here. I don't know. That's a thing, toxic shock.
That's from a tampon.
That's from a tampon. See, I already screwed it up.
Yes.
All I had to do.
It's a thing.
All I had to do. My wife is always reminding me. My wife is always saying, all you have to do is say nothing. Whenever I'm going to say something. That's when you screw it up.
Yep.
Whenever you have that idea, the best thought to do is stop it.
Yeah. I wish I
And
could
smart.
not say
I couldn't
nothing.
do it.
I dig
That's
my
right.
own grave all the time with my big mouth. I'm like, what?
No, please. Come on. It's all
So
right.
are you going to come back?
Yes.
Awesome.
All the time.
We have so much more to talk about, but
Yeah.
we're at the end of our rope.
Next time, maybe we'll talk about President Obama's first Halloween party at the White House.
Sounds good to me.
Talk about that next time. Maybe.
I love Halloween. We should just talk about Halloween. Let's do a Halloween episode.
Oh my God, I love
Awesome.
Halloween.
No, my favorite. I'm a crazy decorator. It's crazy decorator.
Have you been to the Halloween houses that are around LA?
Yeah, I lived in a neighborhood where buses got dropped off, and I would decorate for all the kids. And
Burbank?
oh no, I've like Candy Can Lane and all that.
Okay.
Like that area, yeah, I've driven through it. I'm like crazy. I drive through, I look at decorations. I'm out
yeah.
for days decorating. Days. It
Oh.
takes me like 2 weeks to finish.
Oh my God.
I hang stuff on fish wire. It's like insane. Okay, we'll have a Halloween discussion.
Oh yeah.
Sounds good. All right. Thank you for being here, John. And what's your social media link or whatever so people can find your comedy because you
So,
are hilarious.
Thank you. If you go to Jon_Schnitzer, that's John with no H. You can remember that because anyone that has an H in the name John isn't Jewish. Remember, just Jesus H Christ. The Christians put the H there. So it's like that's how I try to remind people. It's Jon_Schnitzer. That's not a joke. It's just how I tell people this. But if you go to my website, jonschnitzer.com, you'll see what all the stuff we have. So many shows. There's a lot of. I'm so happy. There's so many stand-up shows coming up, and
Yeah.
it's gonna be a lot of fun. So
Yeah.
on Instagram, Jon_Schnitzer, jonschnitzer.com. You'll see it. You see this in a cowboy shirt, you found the right place.
Yeah. And if you're in LA, you got to check out John's stand up. He is a hoot. Thank you.
What a chic explanation of my comedy. He's a hoot.
I'm a Southern girl. Hoo hoo.
A real